Welcome to the Blue Lock recap. This is their last chance to qualify for nationals. Isagi passes the ball instead of shooting and Tara misses the winning shot. Countering, the other team's striker Kira scores and Ichinan loses in the prefectorial qualifier. The entire team cries, as their coach hopes that when they look back on this memory they'll have less regret. His idol and role model is Europe's best player, Noel Noah, on the French team. He has aspirations of being a star striker and winning the World Cup. Reliving this match and wishing he never passed the ball, Isagi finally sheds tears. He realizes that a soccer team is made of 11 players and he can't do it all alone. At home, he had received a letter from the Japan Football Union. As a certified athlete, he is invited out to the headquarters. He runs into Kira, recognizing Isagi as a great player. Entering the compound together, they find dozens of players, not any players. Seno star player Okawa, the tallest high school athlete Ishikari. As lights dim, a presenter explains that 300 of them are the 18 and under strikers that have been chosen by himself, Igo Jinpaki, the man hired to ensure Japan wins the next World Cup. Japan can win if they select the revolutionary striker. The facility, or Blue Lock, is the place they will be living in. They will undergo an extreme regimen to determine the best striker out of the 300. Kira pipes up about how they already have teams and they are playing internationals. Jinpaki advises him to leave if they will choose high school over becoming the best striker in the world, demeaning the Japanese national team because they haven't even won a World Cup, explaining that to become the best like other top countries, they must gain the world's biggest ego. Envisioning himself as a superstar, Isagi and the rest begin to rush towards the doors. As buses take them to the facility, they know only one person will emerge victorious. Isagi is assigned 299Z. They meet a fan of Kira, second year Igarashi, number 300. Jinpaki's display explains that the people in their rooms will be their teammates and rivals. The number is their position out of 300. Their matches will determine if they rise or fall. The top 5 players will be registered in the Under 20 World Cup in 6 months. Whoever fails in Blue Lock will be banned from playing in the Japanese team. Their first game is whoever is hit with the ball is out. After the timer, they will be locked off. Igarashi is it, and after getting kicked by Bachira, he hits Kunigami. Angered, he strikes the ball, getting Isagi. Even with Igarashi down, he decides to improve. To do this, he needs to beat the strongest player in the room, and he hits Kira. Dissecting Kira, Jinpaki explains that the room simulates a penalty shootout. The time frame is the average time a player gets with a ball in 90 minutes. When the ball hit him, he had 1 second to hit the incapacitated Igarashi. Kira is locked off. The 11 of them have passed the first test. They will be living together as Team Z. They train together, eat together, and sleep together. Unable to sleep, Isagi goes to practice, running into Bachira. He explains that there is a monster inside him that tells him what to do when he plays soccer. Isagi has one too. An alarm alerts them back to their dorms. Isagi has risen to 274 and Igarashi to 275. The players have been split from B to Z, 5 teams per building, meaning that 25 people lost and that Igarashi is still last. Z is the lowest ranked team. The higher the rank, the better the food and environment. They need to win their way up if they want improvements. Sei Itoshi is one of the 11 heroes in the world of soccer. He takes a liking to the Blue Lock project. In their first selection round, the top 2 teams of the buildings will move on. Additionally, the losing team's top scorers will also move on after the 4 games. They are playing in a 5-team round robin, meaning winning 2 games and a draw will most likely guarantee their advance. Isagi passes to Kunigami and he scores, but they still lose to Team X. Baru calls out Isagi as a failure because the striker should never freeze in front of the goal. With already a loss, another loss could mean they will be locked off. They figure out what their strengths are for the team. Isagi doesn't know his own yet. They train as a team and eating late. He is tired of the natto. Kunigami catches up to him to thank him for the past last game, realizing that they have the same aspirations of being soccer superheroes. He is awarded a delicious steak for his goal, the closest thing they have had to a gourmet meal. He splits it with Isagi. Kunigami believes that Isagi's intuition for passes will be his strength. Their next match is against Team Y. Like them, Team Y has lost their first match. They need to be careful about number 254. He is Kumamoto's prefecture's top scorer. Their plan for the following games is a rotating board, where each of them will have a chance to play as striker. Iemon volunteers to stay in goal, and Chigiri on defense. Discovering that Team Y also has a plan of defense, Bachira's strength is his dribbling, but he fails to get a goal and is moved off to the next striker after 10 minutes. Next is Kunigami. His strength is his left foot and midfield shot. They block his shot twice and counter, scoring a goal. The next striker is Kuon. His strength is jumping. After losing the ball once, they run down the clock for Kyon. Next is Raichi. His clock is also ran down. They even wasted 5 minutes of Imamura's time, and he switches over to Gagamoru. Gaining possession of the ball, Isagi volleys the ball over, but the goalie blocks it. Bachira takes the corner shot. Realizing that the foundation of the team Y is under Nico, Isagi steals the ball. Blocking Isagi's shot, it lands perfectly for Gagamoru to score, evening up the score 1-1. Naruhaya's strength is getting behind enemy lines, guarding only Nico. Now in the last minute, the entire team Y attacks. Predicting that Nico will pass, Isagi steals the ball, passing it back upfield for Bachira as he sprints towards the goal, shooting the ball top left and winning the match. The feeling is intense and amazing, crushing the dreams of 11 people. Team Z wins, and they share 2 steaks and also all their meals. Isagi's weapon is his spatial awareness. Right now, he is only using it intuitively. If he is able to harness it into intentional use, then he would improve drastically. Chigiri admits that striking with his right was his strength, but ever since he tore his right ACL, he is scared he won't be able to fulfill his dream, or even run. Henri takes care of Jinpaki. For his contract on finding the best striker in Japan, he doesn't have to do anything that isn't related to soccer. The next match will be against Team W. He also adjusts the rankings. Isagi's rank is 265, or top of Team Z. They strategize against Team W. Iamon gives the briefing about how they will play 3-man rotations, changing every 30 minutes. Koan shows up late and apologizes. In their match against Team W, they run into the Wanema brothers, twin athletic demons. Chigiri ran into them in the past at his school. He beat them and was an upcoming star, until his ACL tore. The match goes well. Koan manages to score 3 points in a row, until he loses the ball, passes slow, and now they are tied. Noticing Koan's smile, Isagi starts to believe that the enemy team knows their strategies. Once he intentionally misses his header, it confirms this. Kyon comes out and they play 12 on 10. Now that the enemy team is up 4-3, they try to run down the clock until they are given additional time. Isagi tries his hardest to win, even fighting till the very last second, inspiring Chigiri to break free from his chains and risk his ACL. His strength is his speed. Passing to himself, he scores. They draw this match. Kyon tries to pull the same stunt with Team V, the only team that has won all their matches. They won't take his deal, but he is still the top scorer, so if they lose, he will still move on. In Iamon's briefing of their final match, they have to win or they'll be locked off. Team V has 3 primary scorers: Tsurugi, 5 goals, Ryo, 6 goals, the top scorer building 5, Nagi, 7 goals. Jinpaki calls them out as weak. Even though they had good goals, a top player can reproduce those goals. After getting destroyed in 1v1 by Baro, they eagerly await their last match against Team V. Their formation will be 10 vs 11, Kyon in the corner. In the match, they know Ryo rank 222 always initiates. Isagi and Bachira will mark him. If he can't pass forward, he'll pass to Sugaruki, rank 223. He can only shoot from the angles. Once they cut that off, they intercept Nagi's pass. Bachira hits a super long pass to Gagamaru. Trying a diving header, he barely misses the goal. Ryo instantly copies the super long pass, controlling the ball on his foot. Nagi scores, and he scores again with a scorpion kick, leaving Tsurugi open. He scores the 3rd goal. Bachira's demon awakens. He roulette spins past Ryo, elasticos past Tsurugi, and dribbling past the rest of the team, he scores over the goalie. Team V set up for their next goal, and Igarashi blocks the ball with his face. Passing to Kumigame, he takes a shot outside of his range. Scoring, it is now 2-3. Stalking Ryo, he elbows Raichi. They gain possession of the ball, and out sprinting Sugaruki in the distance, Chigiri scores, tying up the match. Nagi awakens and dribbles past the entire team, scoring. The match is 4-3 in favor of Team V. Bachira passes to Chigiri, passing it to himself to beat Tsurugi in speed. Nagi anticipated this, but Isagi did too. They continued to play and Chigiri's shot is blocked, but it left room for Gagamaru to shoot. Ryo blocks that, and it rebounds to Kumigame. In his range, he scores. The match is tied up 4-4. Again, Nagi now gains control of the ball. Thinking about his past, Kyon was the only one dedicated in his high school team, having ambitions of getting to the nationals. Knowing that he can't play half-heartedly, he tackles Nagi. Kyon saves the game and gets a red card. In the penalty shootout, Iamon blocks the shot, and Isagi gains control of the ball. Using the team as decoys, he realizes his piece to scoring. His direct shot. Scoring, they win the game, 5-4. Kyon is welcomed back to the team in untraditional ways. Teams V and Z proceed to the next selection round. Top scorers Wanema, Nico, and Baro proceed too. They find out that the top buildings were exempt from the tournament and did state-of-the-art training in the process. The team head to the second selection round. Catching all the other 4 teams, Jinpachi admits that none of the teams have been eliminated. The tournament was just orchestrated as a life or death situation to ensure they would awaken or evolve. The next segment is individualized training. They will have to pass through 5 stages to get to the third selection process. Thanking each other for the win, Isagi passes through the doors, easily beating stage 1, a 100-goal penalty shootout. Stage 2 is to form a 3-man team. Bachira is next out and they form a duo. Nagi approaches Isagi, requesting that he join them. Deciding to stay with Bachira, Nagi joins the pair, leaving Ryo behind. They play 3-on-3, with Blue Lockman as goalie to a score of 5. The winners steal a loser's teammate, progressing to stage 5 with 5 players. The losers play 2v2, and whoever is not picked is disqualified. They can wait and pick any team at any time. Jinpachi reveals the real rankings of the order they finished stage 1 in, 15, 16, and 7. The trio opposite to them is ranks 1, 2, and 3. They realize rank 1 is Rin Itoshi, the younger brother of Sei Itoshi. Listening to his ego, Isagi challenges Rin's team. They score the first point, but read like a book. Red team wins 5-2. They pick up Bachira because of his passing skills. Isagi agrees to verse Naruhaya and Baro. Nagi discovers his 1v1 formula. He can tap the ball and disorientate the opponent scoring. When they leave a space, it gives him room to score. Isagi needs to find his 1v1 formula to win too. Baro scores, making it 3-2. Passing it to Nagi, it is tied back up. Back to Baro, making it 4-3, and Nagi ties it back up again. Naruhaya gets the ball and tries to emulate the straight shot. He misses. Using the counter, he copies Naruhaya's move. Sneaking past Baro, he scores with his straight shot, crushing Naruhaya's dream. They take Baro. They have their own problem. Nagi and Baro struggle to work together as a team. Running into Kunigama in the shower, he finds that he, Chigari, and Ryo have teamed up, and with a vengeful rage against Nagi for abandoning him, they agree to verse each other. Their strengths is Nagi's first touch, Baro's dribbling, and Isagi's direct shot. They lose 3 concurrent goals because Baro won't ever pass the ball even if people are on him. Trying to reason with Baro the king, it doesn't work out. Using his ability, Isagi adapts to the situation and devours Baro, using Baro as a decoy as he scores, calling Baro out as a donkey. He knew that Baro would lose possession, and there he passes to Nagi to even up the score. Chigiri notices that when he touches the ball he loses speed, so he pushes the ball forward, keeping up top speed and scoring. It is now 4-3. Psyched for the match, he calls Baro a donkey for how he grovels underground. The next play, Baro is boxed in, and he finally passes the ball. Isagi finishes and ties up the match. Red now starts with the ball, knowing that they will use Chigiri's speed. Nagi intercepts the pass. Getting Baro the ball, he remembers never wanting to be second ever again, becoming the villain he awakens, and Chop dribbles the ball past the entire team and scoring. They have to decide who they want to pick. Ultimately it is Chigiri, because he is the only one with a feat that can survive alone. They won because they were able to feed off of each other and survive. Nagi sends Ryo off, saying that he changed because they said they would become World Cup champions together, and he lost that dream. Now with Princess added to the group, the living quarters get more hectic, but overall, Baro now sees eye to eye with Isagi, admitting that he was immature on his stance in soccer. Isagi is excited to get Bachira back, so he challenges them. Baro's matchup is Tokimitsu. Nagi wants number 1. Then Isagi is against Bachira, and the Glams verse each other. The match is close, Isagi figuring out ways to see through Rin's foresight. Bachira loses his demon and decides to dribble on his own. The loose ball lands on Rin, and he scores. Isagi's team loses, and they are sent back. However, Isagi is chosen, because he was the only one that could see through Rin's plan. They discovered that they are playing against the world's top 5 strikers, Luna of the illustrious Spanish club, Adam Blake of the English club, world-class free kicker Pablo Cabosas of Argentina, Dada Silva of the Brazil International League. Last is Julian Loki, a child prodigy that is 17 playing in the French league. They managed to get a fast break and score the first goal of the match. Beyond that, they are destroyed. The top World 5 get 5 goals consecutively. They discovered that out of the 300 people, only 7 teams or 35 people have made it through second selection. They are the first team to make it. The second team is Nagi, Baro, Chigiri, Kiora, and Tsurugi. Team 3 are new faces, Atoya, Himitsu, Yukimiya, Yuzu, and Karazu. Team 4 is also unknown, Andoji, Sunzaki, Haiji, Hiraji, and Nanaze. Team 5 is Nico's team, Ishikari, Hiyori, Sara Madara, and Hajime. He was injured during the World 5 game. Team 6 is Raichi, Gagamaru, Wanema, Tanaka, and Shiguma. Team 7 is Igarashi's team, with Sakura, Kirona, Ryo, and Shido. Ryo admits that they lost at 2 and he was chosen. Kunigame couldn't make it. The existence of Blue Lock is in the palms of their hands. In 3 weeks, 11 of the Blue Lock members will face off against the under 20 Japanese team. If they win, they will take over the team, and the Blue Lock project won't get shut down. The under 20 team really wants to win, so they added Sei Itoshi, or Ren's brother. This is their final chance of becoming the best striker in the world. This is where the story ends. Make sure to subscribe, and for more, watch this.